Hi, you're not getting what you want out of life because you're just not doing the things that you know you need to do. For an example, I have been procrastinating the hell out of making this video in particular. And the reason being is because I have been stuck in my head about how I want to show up on here, on this thing. My name is Dylan. I am a men's relationship coach, and I have been in the coaching space for about 5 years now. And I have been on a personal development journey with intention for over a decade. And I am one of those lovely individuals, probably very much like yourself, that likes to have things figured out before we even are at the problem that needs to be solved. Throughout the process of me building this business, I have always been looking over on to the other fences, looking at other people, trying to aspire, trying to find people to look up to, I guess people to follow. And I have hired multitude of my own coaches, and all of them have told me the same thing. Make your own path, do your own thing, be your own niche, etc., etc. And I would always try to over-intellectualize this. I would always try to, for lack of a better term, I just overcomplicated everything. Perfectionism is something that ran deep in my life for a very long time. And I have been working at removing this aspect of my life because it shows up, or it did show up, everywhere. I'm starting to segue. Let's get back on track. So when it came at looking at how I wanted to show up in this thing, I hired the coaches, I did the courses, I did the workshops, I talked to the peoples, and there was always this or some type of formula of how we are supposed to show up. And this formula, loosely, or the concept of this formula, I see is applied to every aspect of life. It's the thread that weaves this belief of should. I should be this way because the belief is the result will be X, Y, Z. So after paying the big monies and spending the big time and trying to figure out how Dylan, as this individual wanting to show up here, I struggled because I was always told to rehearse, to script, to basically do all these things that we're told not to do in the personal development world. Lately, when I've been making content, I've been getting a lot of, lack thereof, engagement, especially considering when I first started making content, and I never understood why. And I realized when I understood why, I just showed up. I just did this. There was no script. There was no rehearsal. I just showed up and I spoke to you like a good friend. I spoke as if no one was listening, but everyone could be listening at the same time. And as I tried to grow, I figured that I had to fit myself into that box of beliefs of shoulds, and I should just doing all of this stuff over here. None of this stuff that felt in alignment, and I felt it in my system the entire time. I always wondered why I could spend money on some things so freely, whether or not it was for fun or investment, and it feel good. But then other things where I had to convince myself they were investment. I had to do the mental gymnastics to make myself sign up with specific coaches. Not all of them. I did work with some amazing coaches, amazing therapists, amazing counselors and stuff like that. But there was a small handful that the belief of should was just tied to it because this person was supposed to be the thing. And I never could make myself fit into their box. And so I realized through lots of self-reflection that I needed to just show up like this again, just raw, just me, no mask, no objective other than just making a connection, sharing a story, and hopefully pulling a lesson out of my mistakes so you can save yourself the time, so you can save yourself the heartache, so you can save yourself the scraped up elbows and knees. I procrastinated so much on this video because over the 5 years' time, I had built this idea of how I was supposed to show up on here, and now showing up as me and authentic, even though I help people do this, show up raw and authentic in their own lives. It's interesting that walking the talk for me it's held so much resistance. And I told myself the next time I had the urge to just pull out the phone and record, I was going to do so. And here it is. This is take one. There was no redos. There was nothing. Doesn't matter what happens right now. This is the version that's going to be used. And even just sitting, this is video one. This marks a turn in how I plan to show up for myself everywhere as the CEO of my life, as stepping into the fear of being seen. And if you've made it this far in the video and you're on a journey that's similar, we're going to share a lot of experiences, but the biggest tie between all of them is there's going to be some discomforts and there's going to be some uncomfortable conversations. So if you are into that, if you're into watching other people make mistakes and learning from their mistakes, I highly suggest you subscribe. I would appreciate it. Reach out. Hell, give me a comment. Introduce yourself. Let's start growing a team of people that just all want to grow their own way, not the way that the system is telling you to grow, but the way that actually feels in alignment, the way that actually makes you want to get out of bed in the morning. Because, hey, that feeling, that drive, that just alarm gets off, feet hit the ground. Okay, what does today bring? I'm ready. It is amazing. I hope you have the best rest of your day. Much love. Take care.